it's Sirene, and today I am going to read you guys a backroom story. Let's get into it. The backrooms. I thought I escaped until I saw the date. I never wanted to post this. If you're reading this, it's because I need someone to tell me I'm not going insane. 8 days ago, or at least I think it was 8 days ago, I accidentally entered the back rooms. I was at IKEA. I know that sounds ridiculous. I was walking to one of those furniture sections when I took a shortcut to an employee door. I blinked and everything changed. The lights became louder, not brighter, louder. A constant buzzing. The air felt wrong. The smell was unbearable. Wet carpet, dust, old electricity, and suddenly I was standing in an endless yellow maze. At first I panicked. I screamed. Nobody answered. Then I walked. Hours passed, or maybe days. I couldn't tell anymore. My phone battery stayed at 71%. The time never changed. 4:48 p.m. Forever. Eventually I found writing on a wall. It said, "Don't follow yourself." I laughed. People always write weird things. Then I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around. Nobody. The footsteps stopped. I continued walking. The footsteps returned. I stopped. They stopped. I ran. They ran. Then I saw him myself. At the end of the hallway, standing still. He was wearing my clothes, my shoes, everything. I shouted, "Hey." He slowly looked up, then smiled and walked away. Every survival instinct in my body told me not to follow him, but I did. Every time I turned a corner, I saw him again. Always just far enough away, always walking, never running. Then I found another message. If he looks scared, it's not him. My stomach dropped. Then another message. The first one out is never the original. I stood there for a moment, trying to understand. Then I heard screaming, my own voice. Somewhere nearby, I ran toward it. Huge mistake. I entered a giant room, and there were hundreds of people. Every single one was me. Different versions. One was crying, one was sleeping, one was laughing, one was covered in dirt, one was older, one looked terrified. Then all of them suddenly stopped moving. Every head turned toward me. Then they all said, "Which one are you?" I ran. I didn't stop for what felt like days. Eventually, I found an exit door. An actual exit door. Blue sky, sunlight, birds. I cried. I ran through it. And suddenly, I was home. My apartment. Everything felt normal. I couldn't believe it. I escaped. shower. I slept for 12 hours. When I woke up, everything felt slightly wrong. Tiny details. The coffee machine was on the other side of the kitchen. My keys weren't where I left them. My neighbor called me a different name. Then I noticed something strange. Nobody seemed too surprised to see me, almost if I had never disappeared. At work, everybody acted normal. I asked my coworker, did anyone notice I was gone? He laughed. Gone where? I said, the backrooms. He stared at me, then said, what are the backrooms? I froze. Nobody knew. Nobody. The internet was different too. Every video, every article, gone. The backrooms didn't exist anymore. Nothing. Like the entire concept had been erased. I started panicking. I knew it was real. I know it was real. Then, 3 nights ago, I woke up at 3:17 a.m. and there was nobody standing beside my bed. It was me. He smiled. Then he said, stop looking. Then he disappeared. Yesterday, everything got worse. I found my passport. I looked at the date. Then my entire body went cold. The year wasn't 2026. It was 2039. I had been gone for 13 years. Not 8 days, 13 years. I started shaking. I called my friend. The number no longer existed. I looked up my own name. I found an obituary. My obituary. Missing person. Declared dead. In 2030. I couldn't breathe. Then I found something worse. A picture taken yesterday of me walking into my apartment, but I wasn't alone. Someone was walking behind me. Someone with my face. Then I understood. I never escaped. That wasn't the point. The backrooms doesn't trap people. It studies them, copies them, learns them. Then eventually it sends one back. But not the original. Because if the original returned, they would remember. Then tonight, I heard footsteps inside my apartment. I looked in the mirror and someone was standing behind me. It smiled, then whispered, you're doing very well. Nobody suspects anything. Then it's something I never forget. Now stop trying to remember. Because here's the twist. I don't know if I'm the person writing this or if I'm the thing that replaced him. And somehow that's not even the scariest part. The scariest part is that while I was typing this, I couldn't remember my friend's face anymore. Then I couldn't remember my own birthday. Then I couldn't remember why I was scared. And just now, for a split second, I forgot what humans are supposed to look like. So if this post suddenly disappears, that's normal. Because I think the replacement is